Hi, this is Aisha. Welcome to the House of Zephyra. I'm going to talk to you about something that you may not be aware of as a customer. We do something in sales called a TO, which is a turnover. And I've been in sales for a very long time, and a sale is a sale is a sale. So when you're doing a turnover, that means that the first employee or salesperson that you may have been interacting with may not have been reading your buying cues, may not have been vibing with you. It might have been their tone of voice. It could be that they're either male or female, or just something turns them off about you. And as a salesperson, you have to have thick skin and just understand, like, there's nothing meant by what's going on. You just have to turn over the sale to another person so that the other person can further help the customer into what they want to get. Because a customer wants to buy, or they wouldn't be in your store trying to look at something. They definitely want to buy. Most customers today shop online. So when they go into a store, which is rare, they're there to buy. That's just been my experience. So let's look at an example. I'll just give you an example. Okay. You're on a basketball team, and it's the finals, and you don't have any person to throw the ball to get it into the net, but the only person that you have is that person that's been sitting on the bench all season, but he's been with the team for years. So the coach wants you to turn over the ball to that other person. But you know in your gut that that person hasn't had a lot of practice, and I'm turning over this ball during the finals. And what if they miss the rim? But you follow what your coach is saying because your coach believes that everyone should have a turn at playing the game, no matter whether it's the finals or not. So you pass the ball over to this person, and the person happily leans back without preparing at all and just throws the ball, and it bounces off the edge of the rim. And you only had 5 seconds left in the game, and now that game is over. We've lost the finals, and that's it. That's how a bad turnover can turn out badly, not just for you, the associate, but especially bad for the customer. So there are good closers and there are bad closers. Or I should rephrase that. There are good closers and there are good openers. That's really the truth. And you have to find that other person, if you're a salesperson, that you kind of vibe with, that vibes with you to close a sale. And sometimes it might take both of you to close that sale, because a customer appreciates more than one person waiting on them. Some customers are like that. And the more, the merrier. So then sometimes you end up both closing the customer. And that's just working collaboratively anyway. But there are times where you know, you're not vibing with the customer and you have to turn over the sale to someone. Make sure that someone is not an opener, but a closer. And you usually know what the closers are. Like, it's just been my experience in sales. After the first week or so, after the first week, really, I know who the closers are and I know who the openers are. So I know that I can usually close a deal, but if I needed someone else to close a deal, I knew which person to speak with. And when you have someone that wants to, is hinting to you while you're doing a presentation to turn over the sale to them and they're an opener, don't do it. That hurts the customer and that hurts you. Don't do it. They can nudge and wave their hands and drop hints, everything that they want you to turn the sale over to them. But don't do it because it's just not going to work. And the main reason that a sale gets turned over is because either you weren't vibing with the customer or the customer needed to be provided information but delivered in a different way. That's usually it. Those are usually the two things that are it. And you want to look for someone in your at your workplace. If you're a salesperson, you want to look for another salesperson that is on the same wavelength as you. And you know who they are. And you don't want to pick someone that, okay, they're a good closer, but they're almost argumentative with you. Because that is so distracting to a customer. And the sales presentation is kind of like a dance. And when you have work with a closer that is argumentative, then no one's leading that dance. It's just going all to you know where. So pick someone that's not going to be argumentative with you, and you can kind of gauge that vibe, especially the longer that you've been in sales, the more that you, just from my perspective, the longer I've been in sales, the more I've learned to trust my gut feeling about people, and my gut is never wrong. And I just know who's going to be a closer for me and who's not going to be a closer for me. And that's it. There's no personal, don't take it personally, if you're not picked to be a closer. And don't take it personally if you at that time are not the closer, because you will get your turn and eventually you will be the closer for not just yourself, but for other associates. And this is a win-win for the customer because the customer has a better understanding of what they're buying, why they're buying it, what's the value in it, is it a good investment for me? So that's it. That's all I have. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.